Bristol isn't just another UK city, it's a place packed with history, creativity, and some of the most unique attractions you'll find anywhere. Whether you're into stunning views, legendary ships, mind-blowing street art, or just want to explore a city with a rebellious streak, Bristol has got you covered. Let's dive into some of the must-visit spots that make this city truly special. Bristol's old harbour has transformed into one of the city's most vibrant areas. What was once a busy port is now packed with cafes, bars, museums, and even boats that have been turned into floating restaurants and hotels. Take a walk along the water, grab a coffee at Arnolfini, an artsy cafe gallery hybrid, or hop on a ferry to see the city from a different angle. At night, the Harbourside turns into one of the best nightlife spots in Bristol. Whether you're into live music, craft beer, or just chilling by the water with a cider in hand, this is the place to be. Bristol is the street art capital of the UK, and it all started with Banksy. You can take a self-guided tour or join an official Banksy walking tour to see some of his most famous pieces, like The Mild, Mild West and Girl with a Pierced Eardrum. But it's not just about Banksy. Bristol's Upfest Festival brings street artists from all over the world, constantly adding new mind-blowing murals across the city. The best places to explore are Stokes Croft, Nelson Street and Bedminster. Basically, every corner has a masterpiece waiting to be discovered. Bristol has a deep maritime history, and nothing captures it better than the SS Great Britain. This isn't just any old ship. This was the first ever iron-hulled, screw-propelled passenger steamship, basically the Titanic of its time. Today it's one of the most fascinating museums in the UK. You can walk through its grand cabins, see how Victorian travellers lived and suffered, and even step below deck where the crew had to endure cramped, smelly conditions. It's immersive, interactive, and full of little details that bring history to life. They pump in scents to make it feel more real. Yes, even the not-so-pleasant smells of 19th century travel. M-Shed is the place. It covers everything from the city's involvement in the slave trade to its role in music, aerospace and activism. One of the most thought-provoking exhibits is about Bristol's civil rights movement, showing how the city played a major part in fighting racial discrimination in the UK. Outside you'll find massive working cranes that used to unload cargo from ships. On some days you can even hop inside and take a ride. Queen Square is a peaceful Georgian-era park surrounded by stunning 18th century townhouses. Originally designed for the city's elite, it's now a favourite spot for picnics, lunchtime strolls and open-air events. At the centre stands a statue of William III on horseback, a nod to Bristol's historical ties to the Glorious Revolution. But Queen Square isn't just about history. It's a living, breathing part of the city. On sunny days, you'll find locals relaxing under the trees, and in summer it hosts festivals, markets and live performances. Despite being just minutes from Bristol's busy Harbourside, the square feels like a quiet escape, a perfect blend of history, greenery and city life. If you love street food, quirky shops and old world charm, then St Nicholas Market is a must visit. Tucked away in a historic 18th century building, this market is packed with independent stalls selling everything, from handmade crafts to the best falafel wraps you'll ever taste. Some of the best food stalls include Matina, incredible Kurdish wraps packed with flavour. Pieminister, a Bristol-born brand famous for its delicious pies. Eat a Pitta, the go-to spot for fresh, tasty falafel. You'll want to come hungry because there's no way you're leaving without trying at least a couple of different things. If there's one thing that screams Bristol, it's the Clifton Suspension Bridge. Designed by the engineering genius Isambard Kingdom Brunel, this breathtaking bridge has been standing tall since 1864, stretching over the dramatic Avon Gorge. The best way to experience it? Walk across at sunset. The view is unreal, with the city lights starting to twinkle and the Avon River winding below. If you're lucky, you might even see a hot air balloon drifting past. It's like something out of a dream. There's a secret viewpoint just below the bridge called Observatory Hill. Climb up and you'll get one of the best panoramic views of Bristol. Bristol Cathedral might not be as famous as Westminster Abbey or St Paul's, but step inside and you'll wonder why it isn't. This place is a masterpiece of Gothic architecture, a stunning mix of medieval history and spiritual beauty that's been standing tall for nearly 900 years. It's a quiet, underrated gem in the heart of the city, perfect for those who love history, architecture, or just a peaceful escape from the buzz of modern life. Bristol Cathedral began its life in 1140 as St Augustine's Abbey, built by a wealthy merchant named Robert Fitzharding. It wasn't originally a grand cathedral, just a monastic church for a group of Augustinian monks. But over the centuries it evolved, expanded, and eventually became a fully fledged cathedral in 1542, when Henry VIII dissolved the monasteries and rebranded it as the seat of the new diocese of Bristol. Today it stands as one of the best preserved medieval churches in England, with a mix of Norman, Gothic and Victorian architectural styles that tell the story of its long and sometimes turbulent past. Bristol Cathedral is one of those places that surprises you. From the outside it looks impressive, but step inside and it's breathtaking. The towering columns, the glowing stained glass, the echoes of centuries of history in the air. Whether you're a history buff, an architecture lover, or just someone looking for a quiet moment of reflection, this place is well worth your time. Plus, unlike some other cathedrals in England, it's completely free to visit, so there's no excuse not to check it out. Right in the centre of Bristol, Millennium Square is where history meets the future. Built as part of the city's Harbourside regeneration, this lively public space is packed with modern art, interactive fountains, and a buzzing atmosphere that makes it a favourite for both locals and visitors. The square is famous for its giant mirrored sphere, which houses the planetarium, a futuristic space experience inside Bristol's the Curious Science Centre. By day, kids splash through the fountains, while street performers and food stalls bring the area to life. By night, the square lights up, reflecting Bristol's energy in its shimmering water features and contemporary sculptures. Surrounded by bars, restaurants, and cultural hotspots like the Bristol Hippodrome, Millennium Square is the perfect place to start or end your Bristol adventure. Whether you're here for a quick coffee, a deep dive into science, or just to soak up the city's vibe, this is Bristol's modern heartbeat, and it's always alive. Just a short drive or walk from the centre, Ashton Court Estate is a massive parkland with deer roaming freely, beautiful woodland trails and wide open spaces perfect for a picnic. This is also where the Bristol International Balloon Fiesta happens every year. Imagine hundreds of colourful hot air balloons taking off at sunrise. It's one of the most magical sights you'll ever see. Even if you're not visiting during the festival, you can often see balloons drifting over the city in the early morning or evening. Perched on a hillside just south of Bristol's city centre, Victoria Park is a hidden gem with stunning views, open green spaces, and a laid-back community vibe. It's a favourite for joggers, dog walkers and families, offering rolling hills, playgrounds and tree-lined paths that make you forget you're in a city. One of its best features, the panoramic view of Bristol, especially at sunset. Victoria Park is where locals go to unwind, a perfect blend of city energy and countryside charm. Bristol is one of those cities that surprises you at every turn. Whether you're walking across a breathtaking bridge, exploring an old ship, hunting for Banksy artwork, or just chilling by the harbour with a cider, there's something unforgettable about this place. So if you're planning a visit, make sure you give yourself enough time, because once you start exploring, you won't want to stop.